Hey everybody, it's Jeff here of the Mentor team at Realty Executives Cooper Spransey. Here's a look at our first quarter update for the Oregon-Wisconsin housing market in 2020. This time of year, a lot of people bring anticipation to the housing market. Not quite sure what is going to happen, where things are going to go, when rates are going to change, how inventory is going to be affected, how fast houses are going to sell. There's just a lot of questions typically this time of year. Well, I don't have a crystal ball to tell you when the best time of this year is to sell or where everything is going to go. But based on where things are, let's take a look. And I think we can make some good predictions on where we're going to end up by the end of 2020. 2019 was a really up and down year in the Oregon market. Through May, Oregon only had 50 single family home sales. That is the lowest number we've had in the last 5 years. We did eventually rebound by the end of the year with a great fourth quarter that led to 59 home sales. It means we saw more houses sell between October and December than we saw January through May of 2019. Those 59 sales in the fourth quarter was a 47% increase over each of the last 2 years. That's a huge jump. And ultimately what that did is it cleared out a bunch of the inventory or available houses that were starting to accumulate. By the end of the year, we saw 187 single family home sales. Now that's down a little bit, but I mean, it's really right in the ballpark of the 190, 200 or so that we expect to see on any given year. All in all, despite some slow stretches throughout the year, 2019 was very similar to 18, 17, 16, and a number of the years in recent history. As we start the year, we're still looking at historically low inventory. But on the plus side, we do have 50% more available homes than we had at the same time last year. If you remember last year, about this time, we were getting hit with that polar vortex where we were all stuck inside for like a week on end. Provided that the weather stays fairly favorable, which it's been, I do expect us to see listings pile up a little bit faster than they did in 2019. I also expect to see buyer demand and low inventory remain just like they have in previous years. That means prices will go up slightly. With the economy and the way things are with great interest rates, buyer demand will continue to be high, especially in that sub 400 price point. And it's going to continue to be a great time to be a move-up buyer, somebody who's selling a house around 300, 350, 275, and trying to move into that 450 plus price point, because those people can win on the sales side and the buy side. One factor we've kind of been keeping an eye on over the last year, but I think is really going to explode a little bit more this year, is all the new construction happening not only in Oregon, but the Oregon School District. As Autumn Ridge has started to build out and is going to be releasing new lots, same with the Highlands and Netherwood over on the west side of town. Bergamont's released new lots and they even have some new houses up in that area already. That's going to lead to a lot of options where people can build from the mid fours all the way up. If you expand outside of Oregon but stay within the school district with the opening of our new Forest Edge Elementary School, there's the Terra Vesta neighborhood, and not far away there's Fay Fields off of Fish Hatchery Road. With these 5 neighborhoods, buyers can theoretically build from the 3s all the way up to whatever price point, and that's an option a lot of people haven't had. So what the impact's going to be this year remains to be seen, but there will be an impact and it'll be really interesting to watch. The exciting news is that with the low inventory, if you don't see what you want on the market, there's an opportunity to build. So what does that mean for you? If you are a home buyer, step number 1 is connect with a good agent. Always, every single time. Look, I know we're in the DIY world where you kind of want to do things yourself, put your foot in the water. But listen, we all have friends. Our friends have moved. You can get great referrals and connect with somebody who's going to take care of you and you're going to connect with. I promise you, it's going to make your search that much easier. For starters, an agent doesn't cost you anything. You're not going to buy a cheaper house because you don't have an agent. You don't have costs at closing because you have an agent. It makes a lot of sense to me just to get somebody in your corner who's responsible for looking out for you to help you along in the process. A good agent is going to connect you with a lender that's going to be best for your unique situation. I know you might bank at one place or your current loan is from another. It doesn't mean that's the best option to, number one, win in competition if that's where you are as a buyer, or that they have the best option for you as a buyer. So a good agent will help connect you with a lender that's a good situation for you, and that might be where you currently are. They're gonna make sure that you can get into houses, you know about them on day one or even before they hit the market. You have an agent in your corner, we can set up showings before houses show up on Zillow and Realtor.com. You can't get in before then, but you can at least schedule the showing so that you know you're gonna be one of the first people to see it. And having somebody in your corner provides a consistent experience with somebody looking out for your interests. To me, setting yourself up with a great agent is a no-brainer. If you are a home seller this year, keep in mind, houses under 400 should be in great shape, but this doesn't mean you cut corners. You gotta look at what your ultimate goal is. Is your goal to sell your house, or is your goal to maximize the equity that you currently have in your house? Those are two different goals, right? You can sell your house by sticking a yard sign in, getting some pictures with your camera, throwing it up online. Somebody's probably gonna make an offer, but is that the best offer? Right? So you gotta make sure that you keep the big picture front and center and know what your goal is. Sellers who do pre-inspections, who stage their property and effectively market should be in a fantastic spot to compete in the spring market. Remember, buyers fall in love with your house first online, so your number one goal is to make sure that it looks great when people come across it on the internet. That way they will be excited to make an offer after they see your property. As always, if you have any questions about your unique situation or what's going on in the Oregon area, feel free to reach out. Our team is always happy to talk, and we love helping our Oregon, Wisconsin neighbors. Once again, I'm Jeff, and we'll talk soon. Take care.